According to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan.
He was promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing, under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam.
I'm robbing y'all. Belch does nothing but collect dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated.
His life appears to have just been ruined by Floyd Mayweather. Floyd recently claimed to have purchased Manhattan apartments for $42 million, but according to reports, the deal is not listed in the records. He boasted on the internet that he had buildings without any partners, but now it all seems phony. His credibility could be permanently damaged by this.
Ever. All right. Now, Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings, all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same.
All right. Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand as a real estate person myself what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems like is that he owns shares of these.
Mayweather's infatuation with flaunting his fortune hasn't abated as he approaches 50. He uploads films of himself showing off his extravagant wealth, luxury aircraft, and designer clothing. Critics contend, however, that it is precisely this constant drive to demonstrate his achievement that is driving him to financial ruin. He's fostering a delusion rather than securing a future.
It kind of, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old and feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media. But, people on social media do what they do best, especially black people, try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angelique started researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now, Floyd is part of like some type of ownership group that got a part of it. Then you got 50.
Floyd spreads bundles of cash on a table like a smorgasbord in one of the widely shared videos. Like prizes, he flashes wads of hundreds. However, it frequently shouts insecurity when someone is required to present physical cash on a regular basis. Silence is the hallmark of true prosperity. The internet isn't frantically demonstrating its worth.
Money made all day. Right here, a light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Benjamin Franklin right here. Money made all day. We in the bank, doing what we do best, counting money.
Though Mayweather has never lost, people still don't like watching him compete. Many admirers even acknowledge that they watch in the hopes that he loses. It's simple to understand why people cheer for his demise more than his achievement when you consider his arrogance and defense style, which are sometimes referred to as dull.
One of the best middleweights of all time is fighting this weekend. I didn't say greatest, I said best. I am really high on Janibek Alimhanila. He beats Canelo, he knocks out Crawford with ease. This guy's a monster. Absolute freak. If you guys haven't watched his highlights, if you guys haven't watched the full fight, go watch him. He's fighting this weekend. Make sure you guys tune in. His last fight was absolutely domination. This should be illegal. But a lot of people ask me like, Jerry, why are you so high on Janibek? What does Janibek do, or whatever the case may be? The guy is huge for 160. He's huge for 168. He debuted at 175. He's a light heavyweight. He's cutting down to 160 because Canelo won't give him the fight at 68. And 75, he's still a bit undersized. But he's a southpaw, quick hands, quick feet, explosive one-punch knockout power, insane timing, insane punch selection, amazing boxer on the inside. Probably a top 3 boxer when it comes to fighting on the inside the pocket. Probably has the best uppercut in all of boxing. Janibek Alimhanila is a monster. I hope you guys tune in this weekend to see what I've been seeing.
Received a ban not long ago for encouraging financial schemes. He promoted dubious cryptocurrency initiatives and other methods to defraud people. He immediately returned to it after the prohibition was lifted, collaborating with Kim Kardashian on another NFT promotional campaign. The man keeps making the same money-hungry blunders without learning anything.
When Floyd Mayweather was banned for 3 years from promoting securities after scamming his fans with an ICO called Syntratech. He was promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam. And now that it's 2022, his 3-year securities ban is over, and he's back to scamming again. He's currently being sued once again for his promotion of Ethereum Max alongside Kim Kardashian, and also has gotten really into NFTs.
And if you in the NFT world and you betting on me, you will never lose. But what I need you to do right now, go get Mayweather. That's my new NFT. I've been working on that for months. If I win, you win.
Now, it's pretty obvious from these comments that Floyd has learned nothing after not reading the SEC settlement. So maybe that's why he tells us we can't lose by betting on him. So let's put that to the test with his last 3 NFT projects.
I'm dropping my NFT tonight. FloydNFT.com, August 10th. Go get it right now. Matter of fact, don't even wait till August 10th. Get it now. My NFT. Own a piece of my legacy. Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm not just in 30% or 40%. Full 100%. I'm behind you. I'm all the way in.
Now, Floyd's World was indeed a huge success for Floyd Mayweather, who raked in $4.9 million. But what happened to his fans? Well, they're furious because the price of this NFT has collapsed over 90%, and they angrily responded in the comment section, "You already have an NFT project. It's called @RealFloydNFT. You released it last year and then stopped working on it immediately after. Have you been punched in the head so much you're forgetting these?"
Floyd's financial troubles are numerous, ranging from tax evasion to supposedly being kidnapped in Dubai for unpaid diamonds. These are not isolated occurrences. They belong to a concerning trend. Losing control over his public image, integrity, and trust are more important than simply losing money.
It turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
Floyd has made millions of dollars, but he has also been charged with embezzling money for merchandise and events that never materialized. When fans pay for exclusive content and meet and greet engagements, they never receive what they paid for. Even the extent to which his brand is based on hype rather than content was revealed by a TikTok investigation. Insiders and analysts doubt Floyd's claims that he made $100 million from the Conor McGregor fight, which he marketed as a financial milestone.
The biggest fights you've ever had?
Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, which ironically is a boxing event, but it's the biggest combat sports fight ever.
What did that gross?
It did 4.4 or 4.5 million buys at $100 a buy.
Yeah. So that worked out okay.
It did.
H. Sonnen, a fellow combatant and authority on trash talk, delivered incisive commentary. Spending money is Floyd's issue, not making it. He doesn't fight out of passion or pride. No longer he battles for his salary. The extravagant way of life, the vehicles, the planes, all of this has a price. He is now competing for dollars instead of belt.
No, Floyd's not going to do MMA, but he is going to box again. He's enjoying this attention. It's been very smart what he did. I think it surprised him. I think he was just going out to have a little bit of fun. I don't think he realized he could get 4 and 5 weeks of headlines out of this, but he does need to box again, for sure. I mean, you call it breaking news, but I will tell you unequivocally right now, Floyd Mayweather does and is planning to box one more time.
And the motivation behind getting into a ring again to box, when he said he's retired, why do it?
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion. Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so Mike Tyson, he did real well too. Evander Holyfield, again, it's not what you made. And don't forget, boxing and MMA math, whatever that number is, you get 30% of. So 30% of $1 billion, he still did really well, but not when you're spending money like that. I mean, that's just the way it works. We've seen a progression of these guys, one after the next, that all end up the same way. And that's broke, and they're just not smart with their money. And, I mean, that's all it comes down to. I'm not even trying to bag on Floyd. Look, he's just not a very bright guy. He's surrounded with even less bright guys. This is the way it works when you're a boxer and you go spend that kind of money. If you ever buy things that cost money to own, you're going to be broke.
Floyd Mayweather frequently uses social media as a platform to flaunt his income and correlates it with achievement. His posts are replete with status symbols, such as fancy cars and piles of cash. Although Mayweather views this as evidence of his achievements, Shannon, Sharp and other detractors have expressed concerns. They contend that continuously showing off money could be an indication of bad money management practices and a preference for appearance over stability. Mayweather is more concerned with making an impression on people than accumulating long-term wealth. Some claim that his emphasis on materialism may eventually divert him from prudent money management and result in long-term financial problems.
Money Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. We had to get the ones. Make it rain. Check it out. I need everybody. That girl collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
Love him or hate him. In addition to being one of the most conceited sportsmen in sports history, Mayweather has established a reputation for winning bouts. He proudly stated that money is more important to him than legacy. He may have been momentarily wealthy due to that thinking, but it has also made him despised, and his detractors find his fall from grace all the more rewarding because of that animosity.
Floyd Mayweather was trying to give y'all the fights, and everybody starts saying that this guy was too old, this guy was too that. Floyd Mayweather starts saying F all of y'all. F the belts, F you, F everything. I'm taking y'all to the bank. I'm robbing y'all. Belts does nothing but collect dust. Money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated. I train all day long, and I'm doing this to try to be one of the greats. Forget that. I'm going to do it for me. He became one of the most selfish fighters you'll ever hear. That's why I never blamed Floyd. When y'all hear me say the Floyd Mayweather effect, a lot of Floyd Mayweather fans, you hating on Mayweather already. No, I'm talking about the effect Floyd Mayweather is an all-time great fighter, but people grab the wrong things because most people aren't about hard work and dedication anyway. That's why to be great is rare. Most people try to find that shortcut, and they only saw Floyd's shortcut. They never saw a scenic route.
It wasn't about competition when he stepped out of retirement to take on Logan Paul. It has to do with money. Mayweather used this YouTube circus bout as his paycheck after accruing debt and living expenses. However, Logan Paul changed the course of events by accusing him of failing to pay the $3 million that was due. The entire situation shifted from boxing to legal threats. Logan Paul even implied that Floyd might not have any money. He made a joke about it on the internet, but the reality is quite painful.
Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the Walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that didn't happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just want my money.
I remember the week before I fought Floyd, I was in my hotel room by myself with my mind about to implode.
You're about to fight arguably the greatest boxer of all time.
As an 0-1 YouTuber.
It's great that you got the job done of getting the paperwork. I got Floyd Mayweather to agree to fight me. But you gave a respectable performance to where people walked away and it's not a gimmick anymore.
I owe Floyd a thanks. Floyd Mayweather, looking forward to receiving the rest of the money you owe me, but thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Nobody is aware of Floyd's financial whereabouts. Real billionaires don't have to tell the world they're wealthy every other day. That's the idea.
Or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
short a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this for the court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a real...
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm with you. I'm not with you. Yeah, we're taking it to the court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back.